What's going on, guys? Welcome back to D&J
Podcast.
Podcast. Like I said last video, 2022 is our year. We're gonna be uploading on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. We're gonna be posting on Instagram. But yeah, we're gonna grow this channel. It's gonna be big. Yes.
Let's go.
So last episode, if you've not already seen that, go check it out. We talked about Smallville season one, and it's been a little bit since I seen it, but since we started talking about it, I remembered what happened. Season two, I did a recap video, so I'm more prepared, and this was actually a really good season. I remember.
Season two kind of put it on the map. He put Smallville on the map.
Season two is where he finds out about like where he's from. He finds out his name. He learns about like Drell and stuff.
He learns about his Kryptonian. He learns about his Kryptonian heritage. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into it with this episode. Last episode, we were planning on making it like a 5-minute video, and we started talking for 21 minutes. So that's what's good. That's what's good about these about Smallville is it gets you into some good conversations.
Absolutely.
So you had to app up season one or season two, and then the episodes. That was
yeah. It just breaks them down. It's once I like skim through a paragraph of the synopsis of the episode, kind of it jogs my memory, and I can be like, okay, that's what happened in that episode. Like I remember now because I've probably watched season two all the way through probably 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Over since 2002 or 2003 when season 2 came out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really important episode. One of my favorite things of season 2 is they don't just do like the Meteor Freaks every episode type of deal. They start getting into long-term storylines.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite things about season 2 is they bring in John Glover, who plays Lionel Luthor, because in season 1 he's only like guest appearances, and in season 2 he's actually part of the main cast, and he's the main villain of season 2. Lex is still trying to be good.
Yeah, and this is the season where he turns. There's like I forgot, was there a tornado or something that causes him to go blind? There's something that was happening. And he goes blind, and then Martha Kent works for him.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was?
The tornado that
it was okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it starts right after season 1. Where
right after season 1. Season 2, episode 1 it picks up right where season 1 lets off. Like Clark's rescuing Lana from the truck and that's stuck in the tornado. And like she basically sees him flying, and he doesn't realize that he's flying, but he was like controlling his way to the truck to get to her. But all that gets like, oh no, Lana's gonna know Clark's secret, but it all plays out to trauma and stuff like that. But that's when she kind of starts questioning, Clark's always in the right place at the right time, and how do you get there so fast and stuff like that.
And like, it's not just Lana, it's also like Chloe and Pete, which I think this is the season where Pete actually learns. He tells Pete about
this.
Yeah. But man, I feel like if I had like something like that, I would want to go tell everyone, Wouldn't
it
you?
Was super. Absolutely. It was, this episode was this season was fun also because he did share his secret with Pete. And so there's episodes where, they're kind of like buddying up, and Clark will run to like Metropolis really quick and get him like a bunch of hot dogs and
from the
stadium and stuff like that. So they play into the teenage part of having this ability and this friend knowing it and stuff like that. So yeah, but Pete finds out. Clark has no choice but to tell him. He goes against his parents' wishes because Jonathan and Martha don't want anybody to know. They want Clark's secret protected, but Pete finds his ship out in the field, which is part of the tornado, because Clark's ship wakes up and goes to find him because of the tornado and stuff.
Yeah, so I remember he was locked in. He was locked down there, and he had like kryptonite or something on him. And where they
Yeah.
had that little hexagon looking thing, or
Yeah.
they find that somewhere. It's kind of escaping me where they find it at, but there's like a little symbol on the caves. So also we figure out about the caves this season.
The Kawachi Caves.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they find that hexagon somewhere. They put it on the case, and they put it in that cave wall. And when Clark he gets scanned by something, and this is where he learns to like he can learn the language, the Kryptonian language, and all what the symbols
Yeah.
mean. Because
The
before
key
he
came
didn't, yeah.
before he
What
didn't
was that?
know. The
Yeah, before he
the
didn't
key
know.
the key comes from the spaceship, and it's like a supercomputer. It's like an app. It's like an iPhone on steroids, basically. And it downloads him with all the Kryptonian knowledge, and he's after that he's able to read Kryptonian and
Mhm.
stuff like that. One of the other things about this season is we get Dr. Virgil Swan,
Yeah.
the billionaire. He's the quadriplegic, and
Uh,
the cool time with him is
he
that
was Superman.
that's Chris that's Christopher Reeves. Yeah, he played
Yeah.
Superman. So he acts as an ally for Clark. He's like, hey, I'm trying to track down this signal for decades, and Dr. Swan's able to translate to some of the Kryptonian language. He learns to read it. That's how smart he is.
Yeah.
And he basically tells Clark, he's like, hey, you came here as like a symbol of peace. You're not here to rule. You're here to be a leader for the people. But Jarrell, his dad Jarrell, we hear him for the first time too. We hear the
Yeah.
voiceover.
That's where I was going to get into because he
Yeah,
Jarrell makes it seem like he came there to conquer the earth.
right.
Yeah, so that was cool. So that episode was really cool where he learns all that stuff. And also
Absolutely.
he was locked. I remember he was locked down there, and the ship like he had kryptonite on him, and the ship like saved him.
Yep.
And by doing that, it also allowed for Martha to be able to get pregnant. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
the ship's energy, whatever's coming off of it, has like healing powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it heals Martha.
We also figure out that it okay, so I do remember now. Um Lionel Luther makes the green key, the green hexagon key. Do you remember that? The kryptonite key? And he puts
Yeah,
that into the ship. He puts that into the ship, and it kills his brother, I guess we should say. Or sister.
pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think, was that before he goes and sees Dr. Swan?
He goes and sees Dr. Swan like kind of mid-season.
Yeah, I remember yeah, it was mid.
This is a season that Clark gets his heat vision.
Yes, I was just about to say that because he sees the hot teacher. He sees the hot teacher. Yeah.
Which is
And
a
like,
complete other storyline because that teacher's manipulating Lex. She has him under like she's got meteor powers too. When she talks, she puts out like pheromones, and
yeah,
Lex totally hypnotized by her.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good episode. So what else? What else happens? Do you remember?
Well, we get one of my favorite episodes in the season is we get the introduction of red kryptonite, which causes.
Oh, yes.
So when they're getting their clash rings, the jewelry company kind of screws them over and says that they're rubies, but it's really red kryptonite that they found in the meteor shower. And what we don't know is that it totally changes Clark's personality. He like loses his ego altogether and just totally turns into this different person where he doesn't care, and he's like telling his parents is like, Jonathan and Martha Kent, like you're just puny earthlings. And
dude,
it's
Clark on red kryptonite was awesome, especially that very last time he was on it. Or no, it was one where he goes to we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here, but where he goes to Lana's and Lex's wedding thing.
yeah
yes,
that's season 6, I think.
Yes.
5 or
Yeah,
6.
season 6, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was cool. Those episodes are cool. And does he run away this season, or is that the next season?
Yeah, the Red Kryptonite episode's awesome because he totally goes rogue, and like he's not this innocent little farm boy anymore. He goes in the city, he's like robbing banks.
I think that's the next season. I think that's the
Is
next
that the
season.
next season?
I
Is
think
that the
so.
Morgan? Okay, that's the. Is that season 2?
I don't think it is. Because he gets something happens. I think he gets mad at. Wait, is it season 2? Because look that up because he gets
It
mad
is
about
season
something.
2.
It is.
It is season 2 because it happens early on. It's like it's episode 4. It's called Red, and that's when he goes. He uses his powers to do organized crime in the city, and gets involved with Morgan Edge, the crime boss in Metropolis. So, and then season 3 is where it comes back to bite him. Like Morgan Edge comes back in disguise. He like has plastic surgery and stuff. But that Red episode is where he first. Hold on, let me look at this.
Okay. Yeah, those episodes were like crazy.
Yeah, Clark decides to use his abilities to become rich and leave Smallville. Pete and Jonathan must work together to stop Clark, who goes after a young girl and her father, who are on the run from mobsters. Using green meteor rock to weaken Clark, smashes a ring of the sledgehammer. Later, Clark tries to apologize to his parents, but Jonathan suspects Clark was expressing his true feelings. So Clark says a lot of terrible things when he's on Red Kryptonite, like he doesn't really love his parents, he doesn't appreciate them, and all that stuff. And so they're kind of butthurt for a little bit after that, but he proves himself back.
Yeah, those are some good episodes right there.
The Red Kryptonite episodes are some of my favorite. It's a little bit off the beat path. We're not used to seeing Clark act like that, but it's really cool when he totally freaks out.
So what colors of kryptonites are there? So there's green, red. Isn't there? Oh, blue. That makes him lose his powers.
And you got and there's black kryptonite. Black kryptonite transfers the powers.
Yeah. There's black, and then there's. I think we figure out at the end there's gold, and it completely loses his powers for good. But he never gets affected by that one.
In the Crisis on Infinite Earth, one of the episodes that I watched, there's a multiversal Lex that comes and visits Clark on the farm.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's not the Lex we know. It's some other character, and he's like, what do you mean you gave up your powers? He's like, I don't want to be Superman anymore. So I still need to watch that Crisis on Infinite Earth.
I do too. That's really the end of season 2. This one goes way more. It's like you said earlier. It's more of the him figuring out who he is really, and that's basically season 2.
Yeah, he starts to figure out. It leaves a lot of things open, but another thing about this season was the Kyla, and
the wolves,
the Kyla and the wolves and stuff like that. We're starting to see a little bit how crooked LexCorp is, and that's led by Lionel when they're trying to frame Joseph, who's part of the Kawachi tribe, and then his daughter, or his daughter? Yeah, it's his daughter. Kyla's his daughter. And what we don't know is that they're mythological creatures that could turn into wolves. And
it was like
so Clark has.
Say what?
Clark has like. Not only does he tell Pete about his secret that episode in season 2, but he also Kyla finds out because he falls from the top and down, and she goes, "No man could have survived that." And that's when he sees the 2 snakes, Sagith and that I forget the other one's name, but
I know
it's like written that we think we automatically assume that it's like Lex, but in this particular thing, it's Lionel's the enemy, but in the end, it is Lex, but. It was kind of some foreshadowing. They really didn't do anything else about the Kawachi people in any of the other seasons that I remember. but it
No,
was a
not really.
cool. It was a really cool storyline in season 2.
And okay, so yeah, he does have the fortress and stuff. Yeah, I think that's like season 4 where he gets the
Skinwalker.
fortress.
Yeah, season 4. Season 4, Clark actually flies for the first time, but he's not really not Clark. He's going by Kal-El.
Yeah.
And he actually hits Martha and knocks her to the ground. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's season 4.
Bro, we're getting that.
But
We'll get to that
when did
soon.
you said you
What happened?
you said you were pretty much hooked after about the 3rd episode of season 1.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about season 2?
Season 2, probably, man, I liked really all of it, but I think my favorite part was when he's figuring out who he really is and where he's from. I think that's probably my favorite part of that season.
Yeah, that says a lot, and it sets up season 3 because everything. I mean, like I said, one of the good things about this show was the writing and the actors, but the writing was so good. How they tied stuff in from one season to the next and where it was going and everything. Because a lot of times I'd see the season finale and be like, what are they going to do? How are they going to do this? It never disappointed. It never disappointed.
Also, one thing I forgot to mention was this is when Lana's boyfriend, what was his name again?
Whitney.
The football player? Whitney. Yeah. That's when we
Whitney.
figure out that he dies in action.
Yeah. So Clark spends a lot of season 2 playing the good friend, trying not to, even though Lana gives him opportunities to kind of sneak in there and get with her and be her boyfriend or whatever you want to call it. But Clark's trying to be the good guy, and because Whitney's at the end of season 1, the last thing Whitney said to Clark was like, "Hey, please watch out for Lana." So Clark's trying to be this good guy, even though he wants her. But during season 2, we find out that Whitney gets killed in war.
And then that one meteor freak, he poses as she poses as him. Remember him? The girl that likes Lana.
God, what's her name?
She could pose as all the other, anyone.
Yeah, she was a good Tina Greer.
Yes, yeah.
Tina Greer.
Yeah. So that was another really cool episode.
It was. She could transform into anybody, and she was she killed her mom, first of all.
Yeah.
She kills her mom, she throws her down the stairs. She poses as Lex and tries to go to the bank and take out all of his money. She's like, "Hi, I'm Lex Luthor. I want all my money." And the bank's
She also poses as Clark too.
She does.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm actually really excited to get into season 3 now after this. So we gotta get that filmed soon.
We'll talk about season 3.
Yeah, I'll have to watch another recap on that one because I'm not remembering.
At the end of season 2, just so we lead into season 3, this is where Clark made mistakes, and Jor basically tells him that he needs to leave Smallville, or else something bad's going to happen, and it does. Lionel puts the refined meteor rock into the ship, destroying it. The blast from the explosion causes Martha to lose her baby. So this is when Clark goes and freaks out.
Okay.
He disappears in Metropolis, and the only person that really knew where he went was Chloe. And this is where him and Lana start dating. And he ruins it. He ruins it.
Oh yeah.
So we finally get to see a little bit of Lana and Clark action, but it's short lived. It's always a tease because the hero can never have a girlfriend. We know that.
He always has her for a day or something, and then screws it up until this. Yeah. But let's end it there. I'm on season
really good
3.
Season.
Yeah, I'm on season 3 of Supergirl, which I really like it actually. I'm enjoying it. We're at the point where I'm watching multiple episodes at a time. And I know not a lot of people like it, but I would understand by season 1, but season 2 and season 3 are really good. Well, season 3 is
Nice.
really good so far. That's what I'm on right now. But yeah, definitely something you guys should go check out. So let's end it there. See you guys for season 3.